Bonjour à tous et bienvenue chez Balivernes éditions. Aujourd'hui, nous allons interviewer Raquel Bonita qui nous parlera de son dernier album, Tous, sauf et de son parcours d'illustratrice. Nous espérons vous retrouver très bientôt pour d'autres interviews qui vous permettront de découvrir le travail de nos auteurs et illustrateurs. Hi Raquel, pleased to see you again. Maybe we could start this little talk by you telling us who you are, what you've done, and how you came into illustrating books for children.
Okay, well, my name is Raquel Bonita. Well, I sign my books with a pen name that is Raquel Bonita, but my real name is Raquel Blázquez. It's a difficult surname to pronounce, but that is. I'm children's illustrator since, well, I've been children's illustrator for 11 years now. But I study, when I study in the university, I study advertising and public relations. I was working in public relations for 5-6 years, but I combined my work as in publishing in advertising with studies in art direction, graphic design, and also in illustration. So when I finished my studies, I discovered that my passion was illustration, not advertising. So I decided to change my life. I started to work in a children's bookshop. And it was marvelous because this opened me a full view of the children's illustration and children's book world. While I was working in the bookshop, I started publishing with first I was self-publishing with a friend that is writer, and then when we finished that collaboration, I started to look for publishing houses, and I started to publish in Spain, and then, well, working step by step, little by little, I decided to left the bookshop work because I moved with my husband to the UK and focus on my illustration career. And that's the reason I started to go to Bologna's book fair and be more I don't know how to say, be more or make more effort in the illustrations work. And yeah, that's the reason I started to send my illustrations to, for example, to festivals and to children's book exhibition around the world. And little by little, I was being selected in some exhibitions, in some contests, and that's it. I meet you, Pierre, in Bologna, and we are here now.
And you said you were selected in several exhibitions, but you also were selected to do all the visuals for the it was the Shanghai Book Fair.
Yes. Well, when I was working in Tous, sauf, that is the book that we are talking today, I decided to send the illustrations because before I went to Bologna and met you, I was sending the book to some Spanish publishers, and they don't. The book has not the attention I like. So to test the book in an international frame, I decided to send the illustrations to the Golden Pinguil Young Illustrations, that is from the Shanghai Children's Book, and they were selected. And plus of this, they received a special mention. So that was the reason they they offer me to design the full key visual for the children's book fair in Shanghai in, I think it's 2019. Yeah, and that makes me feel really comfortable and strong with my feelings about the illustrations for Tous, sauf. And that's the reason I went to Bologna as well, and I decided to focus on try to find an international publisher, not a Spanish publisher, but yes, an international publisher like Balivernes.
So, as you have noticed, I'm a very slow publisher. We met quite some years ago now, and it has taken me quite a lot of time to finally reach the publication of the book. So, even if it's a bit old, could you tell us more about how the idea of the book came to you and why you made this story?
Yeah, well, I was working with, I was following a course with Miguel Tanco, that is a Spanish illustrator who lives in Milan. And I was, the first year I want to go to Bologna, I decided to take this course to prepare the Bologna Fair, because with Miguel, we were going to prepare a book to go with it to Bologna. So, but I didn't prepare Tous, sauf in the course. It's just that during the course, I saw an artist lithography from Picasso. That is the name in English, I don't know. In Spanish is la deconstrucción del toro, the bull, the construction, something like that. It was really interesting because Picasso started with a proper bull full of details, and step by step he removed all the details to finish with just the minimum lines to represent the bull. And I thought that was a great idea, and I started to try to draw animals like that, just with a few lines. And with that few lines, I started to draw dinos and lions, and a little mole appears in my sketchbook. And it was really funny. I like it a lot. And I started to thinking how to convert that in a transform that in a book. And at first, I was thinking about a hide and seek book. Well, a book like that kind of books that you have to put a lot of things in there, and the children has to look for the character or for things. But in the end, I don't feel really comfortable. And the idea of a little mole that live under the earth, full of moles, came to me, because I thought, when I was a child, I spent the summertime in the beach with my parents, and I remember that it's so easy for a child to get lost in a beach full of people. So I imagine the earth under the wall for the moles, like that beach, a lot of people there, and the parents of this little mole are looking to another way, and suddenly the little mole just leave the hole and started to discover the world. And that idea was really, I think, was really powerful for me, because it was a strong idea, but I want to do with the minimum lines and with the simple structure or composition. And for that reason, I decided to create an entire wall with a lot of birds, fishes, elephants, but so simple. And I don't know, but I was working, I remember I was working in the summer some years ago, and I was in Athens, in Greece. And I remember that I was working on the book, and all was really, really fluent, and the story just appears. and that's it. Then I try to draw the illustration by pencil, by crayons, a lot of techniques I use, and without thinking about them, I started to sketch the book in the computer, in the Illustrator program, and when I see the sketches of the illustrations of the vector drawings, I thought, okay, I think I don't have to try in pencil or in crayon. I have the illustrations already in digital, and yes, that's the process to the book and the idea and all about that.
Okay. Yeah, as a publisher, when I saw the illustrations of that project, that's true that the simplicity, yet the diversity and the recognizable of all the characters was what appealed to me, and the choices of colors, and it was really what got me into the book. And now you mention it, the way you made the text also is a bit like the way you described Picasso with the deconstructing of the ball, because the story also, the way you wrote it, is very simple, and you go to the directly to the essential of the story and not go elsewhere. And that's also one of the things that appealed to me. So I'm happy to have done this book.
Yeah, the text came after the illustration. So when I write the text, I was really focused as well to be that the text had to be very, 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 very simple with with just few words to make the reader to construct the third vision or the third reading of the book. Yeah, that was my intention.
So maybe you have a copy of the book?
Yeah,
with
I have a copy here.
Yeah, that's one. So we have talked about how the idea of a book came to you, but how would you describe yourself, the story and the book in a short way? That's difficult, I know.
Yeah, it's difficult. Well, the book is about a little mole that decides to discover the world by himself or herself, and the world was magic, was a great adventure. But sometimes if you go by yourself or alone, you can feel a little bit lost. So in the end, the little mole realized that to discover the world is better with dad and mom, or your fathers or your aunts or your grandfathers or whatever is your family. And that's it.
Okay, thank you. So, and well, first, I hope we will do other projects together, but can you tell us maybe a little bit about what you are, if you have, I don't know, plans on working on specific subjects or books, or without telling us anything secret, of course, but I don't know, what are your plans for the near future?
Well, just a few weeks ago, I sent a project to the Spanish contest Calandraca award, that is really important internationally as well, with another writer. But I have here, let me check where is my sketchbook. Oh, yeah, because I have, yeah, here. Yeah, the other day when I was reading cycling with to go to shopping some months ago, that's the moment now with a child around at home, I cannot work properly. So when I go to shopping in my bicycle, I just think about ideas and I just feel free to imagine. And I had an idea about a cycle trip with an animal. I don't know which animal it's going to be, but it's called La Docena, that is the dozen, yeah, in English.
Yeah,
and I'm working on it. I can show just my first notes. There is nothing illustrated yet. Yeah, but I have some few notes about the the project, and I usually start my books with a story. I don't know if you can see with a storyboard of the book, and but I don't have anything at all, just ideas that I'm writing on it, and that's all. I have a few projects that my agent is trying to move between publishers, but the project that I'm working on is this one. I have a lot of ideas in other notebooks that I have around here, but nothing, no, I have no projects now for any publishers at the moment. I just working on my personal projects at the moment.
Okay. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup.
And I hope we will do that again soon. And also, I hope we will meet again in any book fair when they will start again.
Maybe next year.
So, thank you, Raquel. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.